This is Crafty Sabby, and I'm very glad that you could join me today. We are going to be working on this cute little card from Kate's ABC's Cricut cartridge. And there are a lot of very cute images in there, but I decided to start with this one. And I found this little girl reading on page 59 of the handbook. And I just want to mention that the papers that I use that for the image that you see that are solids are from Recollections, just Michael's brand. And it was easy for me to be able to go to their open stock and sort of pick the colors that I wanted. Generally, I like to sort of go off on my own and pick my own colors and patterns, but I really liked the orange and the greens together, and I decided to stick with it this time, and I think it came out really cute. So again, those are just papers from Recollections, and they're a little bit textured. And this pattern paper here is, I believe it's just like a cheapy pack of paper that I got from Walmart. I can't be 100% sure, but you could use anything that sort of goes with the colors that you choose to use, and it'll look great. So let's start putting this together. There are a lot of sort of tedious pieces, so for the interest of time, I started putting her together. I generally use an A2 size card for when I make cards, and that happens to be an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock cut in half. And I like that because I get very attached to my cards, and I'm always kind of reluctant to give them away. So if I make two, I don't feel so bad. I get to keep one, so it's always a good thing. So we're going to use that for our base. And then on top of that, I have a green piece of textured cardstock. So that's the first mat that you see there. And that measures at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then there's that pattern paper that we talked about, and that measures at 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And then on top of that, I have a decorative piece of ribbon that I put across the top. This ribbon was great because it had adhesive already on the back of it, so you just kind of peel it off, and it's sticky already, and it makes it very easy to adhere to the card. So then we're just going to put this whole thing right onto the card, just like that. And we'll just set this aside for a second. There are two things. I already took some of the stickers off of the back. I shouldn't have done that. Two things I wanted to say about this. I cut her out at 4 1/4, and she is a little large for the card, and I want to open my card this way. So she fits fine going up and down, but as you can see, it's a little bit long, and so that's not really a problem. We're just going to snip that part off at the end, and then it'll fit on there just fine. And the other thing I wanted to say is, if you look at the book here, when I first put the white, I guess those are the pages, on top of the book, it looked a little odd to me. It actually still does look a little odd to me, but anyways, what I did was I cut out from this section here, Shift Layer 2, where the actual pages are. I cut it out in white, and then I also cut it out a second time in black cardstock. And why I did that was, I just thought by putting some black behind it, and I don't know how well you can see it, sort of gives a little bit of highlight and makes it look a little bit more like turning pages. So that's just me. That's just something extra I did, but You don't have to do that. I just thought maybe it helped sort of bring it out a little bit. So the next thing that we're going to do is put her on right onto our card here. So let me just take the rest of these pop dots off, or backings anyways. There. And we're going to center her. Just do it this way so you can see better. I'm putting a sentiment at the top, so I just want to leave a little bit of room. So I think right there is good. Press that down a little bit. And like I said, it's hanging off there a little bit, but we're going to fix that. I also just wanted to mention quickly that I doodled a little bit with my gold, if I could find it here, my gold gel pen. And I doodled around the carpet because it just looked a little bit plain. Okay, so to save some time, I trimmed off that piece that was overhanging and kind of trimmed it up and doodled around so that it looks a little bit more finished. And then the next thing I did was you're able to cut out on the Cricut these little flowers that go on her hat. So I'm going to adhere those on here if I could get my pen to work. So there's a little spot here, shows you where to put it. Okay, and although that looks very cute already, I found a little paper flower that kind of was a little tiny bit darker than the color there, and I found this little yellow gem and I attached it to the flower, and I'm going to put it right on top of the one that's already there just to give it a little bit more dimension, and then sort of lift these up a little, just like that. And I had another little star gem that I'm going to put right here at the top of the book. Right there. And I did have, which I can't seem to find now. Oh, what a shame. I had a little gem that went right there. I was determined that I was going to find that gem, and I did. So we're going to put a little tiny one right there. Hopefully I can pick this up. And it's a little circle one, but it's yellow and it matches. So just helps it give it just that little bit extra. And then finally, the last thing that we're going to do is put on our sentiment, and in this case it says read. And I cut read out at 1 1/4, and then I just mounted it on the dark green cardstock, and then another little piece of cardstock that is one shade lighter, and we'll just peel the backing off of there, and we're going to center it right here. Push that down a bit. And that is our finished card. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.